What's up guys, this is Kellen with Dreamedia Home Theater. We're going to do a quick walkthrough of the theater that's at my house. So we took this old garage and converted it into a space. The finished product of the theater is 18 wide, 26 deep, and then we had 12-foot ceilings to work with, but we dropped that down, as you'll see here in just a little bit. So as we walk through the room here, we have like a sliding barn door that kind of houses all of the equipment to make this thing run. So if we open up this AV cabinet, this is a strong FS series rack. Starting from the top to bottom, you can see we have our Dreamedia plate starting things off. We have a switch, Ethernet switch for all of our hardwired components for internet. This is from Arachnus. We have a Panamax 4300. This is a surge protector and power conditioner for most of the smaller components. I have a battery backup system and a little bit more robust power conditioner for some of the higher end components that you can't really see. I have it tucked behind the rack. The next thing, we have the Kaleidescape movie server and player. We have, of course, the PS5. We have the outboard amplification for the subwoofers through RTJ. Below that, we have the MadVR Envy Extreme. We have some AC Infinity fans that are just kind of blowing some air up through the MadVR and cooling the two Trinnov amplifiers. That's what's going to power the whole system. And of course, how could I forget? I skipped right over the holy grail of processors there. The best piece of equipment in the entire theater system is the Trinnov Altitude 16. So we'll go ahead and step into the theater. So one of the main things that you can already tell with my voice is the acoustics. This room is double offset studded. We have rock wool insulation inside the walls, and we use 2x6s. I didn't do double drywall and green glue in between. This was already a separate structure to begin with, being a garage, so didn't feel like that was quite necessary. But that's kind of the background of the structure of the room itself. So as you can kind of pan around and look, we have acoustic paneling throughout the entire space with Acoustics. These are the black cinema rounds, the wave wood, and then we have the DC3 diffusers in the very back. Those look like little Tetris building blocks at the very back of the room. That's just an accent wall. That's some added diffusion as well. It's kind of functional, but is aesthetically pleasing. Looks pretty cool. It's just something I came up with. The whole room was kind of built on my love for movies, right? That's why you want to build a home theater. Christopher Nolan, some of his work is my favorite movies: Inception, The Dark Knight, Memento, Prestige. I'm a huge Christopher Nolan fan. Tenet's actually a good one as well. So some of the design features throughout the room, the back panel being one, and then the Syncope, the publisher for most of his movies, their logo was really cool. It's more of like a maze type of look, and that's kind of what I did to cover up the subwoofer. So that's kind of the story behind that, some of the design elements. Towards the back left of the room, I built a little alcove for my remotes, and just to show some of the stuff that we have in the room. So that's where the remotes charge if I need to. Also have some, extra seating in the back. That's the Syracuse chairs from Valencia. Still very comfortable. They are at a very affordable price point, but that is my, second row of seating for overflow. And then, of course, the captain's chairs. All four of them are perfect. This is Valencia Tuscany Ultimate Luxury Edition seats. Have not found a more comfortable chair to sit in my entire life. They're just absolutely perfect. The matte black finish of the leather, they're just super soft. If you have the Tuscany chairs already, you know how comfortable those are. The Ultimate Luxury Editions take that up to the next level. If you pan up to the top, we have the flagship JVC projector and a hush box there with the JVC RS 4100. Absolutely incredible image with that projector. A lot of light to shine onto the 150-inch Studio Tech 130 from Stewart Film Screen. It's a non-perforated screen. Opted to somewhat future-proof this room a little bit. Could see the evolution of going to micro LED panels in the future, so didn't want to redo a bunch of construction to make that all work. So opted to do a non-perforated screen, but the image quality combined with the JVC, absolutely incredible. And then as far as the sound, the Trinnov is just oozing through these Focal 1000 series speakers. So over here from my LCRs, left, right, and center, I have the Focal 1000 Utopias. This is a new line for Focal with their 1000 series. It's a M sandwich cone with beryllium tweeters, and these are completely sealed speakers. So these are basically a miniature Sopra in your wall. So that's what I'm running up here for the left, right, and center channels. And then for the side surrounds and rear surrounds, these are the Focal 1000 IW6s. Same cone structure, same beryllium tweeters. So that's my bed layer for my 9 channels. I have the 2 RTJ 18-inch subwoofers behind the mesh that you can't really see, but that's the subs that are cranking all of the bass throughout the room. And then if you want to pan up to the top, that is the Focal 1000 ICA6. So you can see that the speaker is tilted a little bit. It's actually on a 30-degree axis to point the Atmos down to the seating area. So Atmos is kind of the backbone for the entire room. It's a 9.2.6 Dolby Atmos configuration. The overhead speakers with the height of the room really give you just excellent separation to let you know what is happening overhead as opposed to around you. So you have sound that travels throughout the room at the ground level, and then the Atmos effects being 11 foot overhead. It's an awesome experience. So that's pretty much the tour for the room. It's pretty sweet setup. If you guys would like anything like this would be, you know, something that we could do for our Dreamedia Plus customers. We would travel nationwide for that to do on-site consultations and to build something from scratch. You know, me and some local contractors here, being my uncle and dad, we built this room entirely top to bottom ourselves, and that is something that we could source and build from scratch in your area as well. We designed this entire room, the aesthetic of the room. That was all kind of my vision, not to really pat myself on the back there, but this was all something that I myself was able to throw together for, you know, my own home, but this is kind of a showpiece for Dreamedia as well. So just a cool room. It sounds great, absolutely looks great. And yeah, if you guys would like anything like this or similar to this or something completely different, we can definitely do that for you.